all the towers. Tower, 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 tower. Down to the next one. I am 2.5 miles into a potentially 10-mile day. Done about 750 feet of vertical gain, and the sun is threatening to peek over the McDowells. Look at that guy. He's threatening. Apparently, I'm just chasing towers all day. That thing is huge. Never been to this part of the Phoenix Mountains Preserve before, but it's cool. Lots of little hills. Actually, a ton of people out here compared to what I assumed there would be before sunrise. There's my normal watch alarm going off. It is 6 a.m. now, and that's often when I wake up, but not today, because today's kind of a dry run for my Grand Canyon gear. Make sure everything is fitting right, working right, no chafing, no issues. So I'm trying 2 new things today. One being double layer of socks. So I have hot spots pretty bad after running downhill for more than maybe 3 or 4 miles. So my fear is in the Grand Canyon that I will have terrible hot spots, and that'll be prohibitive to finishing. So I bought some of those toe socks like my sister used to wear when she was in junior high. These are all sporty and black and made for stuff. And then I have a pair of compression socks on top. See? And as you see, I got some gaiters. So we noticed out here in the dry desert that dirt will work its way down into your shoes, and that doesn't feel very good after a while. So trying out this whole gaiter thing. I don't know where this trail is going, but it took me actually a while to learn how to put them on. And I don't know why that is, but it was a struggle for me. So they're on now. They feel, well, they don't feel like anything because I can't tell that they're there, but they look like they're good quality, so I'm just gonna let it be. What's the view like over here? Some power poles. Oh, hello. Phoenix. All right, now it's time to get going because I need to get in a little bit longer distance here before the sunlight actually hits me. That sunlight is going to make the temperature significantly rise, because that's how it works in Arizona. But he's still just barely peeking over. I keep looking at it to take photos. I feel like an idiot looking into the sun. So if I can get 5K in before I hit any sunlight, we're good. I mean, not good, but that's better than not. Slurry trail. So sticky. Now, almost 4 miles in. Sun is here, just hiding behind this mountain. So I'm not quite halfway done. 10-mile plan for the day. But it's getting pretty warm. I've been given a gift of cloud. As you can see behind me, the sun should be shining, should be in the mid-90s by now, but it is not. And I'm so thankful. It's starting to get pretty warm in the sun, but that one little cloud just puffed up right in the way may give me just enough time to get most of the way to the top and then come down the backside in the shade. So sometimes you get lucky out here. So let's talk about rim to rim training. Now, I didn't decide until recently to even do rim to rim. My training hasn't been super specialized for it, but with the intent of doing some mountain races of some kind or big challenges, I have been training. So for me, what that looked like last year was kind of running as much as I could, and then I experienced a few injuries here and there. I had plantar fasciitis flare up, had some IT band syndrome, I think, pulled some muscles, like kind of normal runner stuff, but I just realized that I was overtraining. So what I eventually started doing was picking the runs I could do with other people. So the other people being one friend on Tuesdays, another friend on Saturdays, and that kind of became my schedule for this whole year. 2019 was a shorter, faster workout or run on Tuesdays, then a long, slow run or hike, in this case, with some running on Saturdays. So what's shorter, longer, faster, slower mean? For me, shorter is like under 4 miles. So Tuesdays were sort of under 4 miles, probably a faster pace, 9-ish minute mile pace or faster. Lately it's been workouts with Aravaipa track workouts here in Phoenix, and that's been really great. And then Saturdays, longer runs. I mean, it wasn't that long ago that I did my first 10K run. That was like, November, December, January, somewhere in there, winter. And just to get that sort of 6.2 mile mark, that was hard. I mean, it was difficult. Then in March, as I've said, I did the half marathon, also with Aravaipa. That was an actual race. That was a lot of fun and also very difficult. So now that it's sort of summertime, starting to think about fall, long is closer to 10 miles and very slow, like probably 12-minute mile pace, maybe slower overall, because I'll stop and take a photo, eat a snack, do whatever. So I think that was a big strategy shift. You know, if you're newer to this running thing, I recommend slowing down. I slowed down, ran a little longer, and I've been able to be healthier, less injured, and I think better off overall. So it's not exciting results like, check out how fast I ran, guys. Just putting in work, especially if you don't have a big base, a big foundation yet. I think that's the way to do it. Slow and steady. There's a lizard. And the sun is back with a vengeance up here at these towers of some kind, whatever the heck these are for. Somebody knows, put it in the comments below, because I have no idea what they're for. So the other critical part of my training so far has been a lot of vertical gain. What to me has been a ton of vertical gain, but I've been surprised at how easy that's come. So people that do this all the time will do 5,000 feet in a run, and that's totally nuts. But at the beginning of the year, I set this goal to do an average of 2,000 feet of vert per month. And at the time, I'd never done, I don't think, over maybe 1,000 to 1,500. So that was a pretty big goal. I mean, to do one run that had 400, 500, 600 feet then was just a serious endeavor. And so it's been pretty awesome because I've like doubled that goal so far. Just ended up really liking climbing and running downhill. And so that's going to be really crucial to having a chance at the Grand Canyon and not dying. It's a long way down, long way up, but should be fairly ready. As ready as I'll hope to be this year anyway. So one of the biggest, if not the biggest part of training is actually giving yourself time and care to recoup and recover after you've run. I kind of think of this analogy of training like you have a credit card and you charge the credit card, but then you have this balance that you're responsible for that you have to pay off. So I think of training in a similar way. If I go on a 10-mile run and charge that balance into my account, I owe a recovery period that's equal to that much work. And if you don't pay it off, then that accumulates and you get in trouble. So that works for money stuff because that'll really hurt you eventually. And it works for physical stuff because it will physically hurt you eventually. So I think of that as a pretty important part of this, because no matter how much I feel like it or want to do something, if I'm hurt and basically can't, then I'm not getting anything done. So if I turn my intensity down a couple of notches but can continue, then that's worth it. Plus, if I take care to do things for recovery that's worth it. So recovery looks like really good sleep. It looks like drinking enough water, like eating enough food. And I'm not like a big health nut when it comes to my diet, but try and make better choices more often than bad choices. But yeah, I don't know what I was gonna say there. But yeah, just make sure that I try and give my body what it needs and don't go exorbitant in any direction, like run a crazy amount back to back, go out and party and drink, you know, cut my sleep too short, except for today. Slept for like 5 hours and then came out here to get out before sunrise. But ultimately, you've got to pay off that balance, let your body recover. I also do some kind of self-massage things, so you may be familiar with foam rollers, other devices like that. If you follow me on Instagram, you know I have a R8 roll recovery thing. I don't know what to call it. It's like this spring-loaded clamshell with what looks like some rollerblade wheels glued together that go on either side of your leg, and they pinch your leg, and it acts like as a massage and breaks up some stuff in there and gets some blood flow. So I just use that thing all the time, basically 4 to 5 days a week, and I take it to work, take it home. I just bring it everywhere, and it's a little bit awkward to roll like an upper thigh at work, but it's not that bad. Switchback time. Going all the way down there via switchbacks. Watch out for the toe catchers. All right, almost done. 9.25 miles. Sun is officially out. My water is officially out. Sweat's just rolling off the brim of my hat, and I'm ready to be done. So I may have to jog around the parking lot a little bit, but we're heading there now. Whew. All right, I'm having a rough go. I'm having a hard time this last half mile. Probably mental, psychosomatic, because I know my truck is right there, but I don't feel so hot because I feel too hot. So I'm just gonna jog very slowly, very, very slowly, if I can. Oh, this is not the most important training day. I'm only 2 weeks out. If anything, this needs to be kind of a taper. So it's okay to take it easy. It's okay to walk if I need to walk. Oh. Whew. I'm walking. I just said it's okay, so I'm doing it. Things that don't feel good are my head and my stomach. Head feels heavy, slow, hot. I think I'm decently dehydrated because I only had my 2 little chest bottles the whole way, and my stomach just feels generally unhappy. It's been sloshing around a lot. Oh well, I will do 10 miles. It will happen. Getting close here. 9.89. I'm gonna do 10 miles in the time that a lot of people are gonna do a marathon. It's all right. Oh, I see cars. All right, I can't blame the weather because it's only 87 outside. It must be me. I am not heat conditioned as well as I thought I was. It was hard, man. That last half mile, I was ready to be done. Done. As you can see, I'm profusely sweating. I literally wrung out my shirt because it was so full of sweat. And my shorts are soaked, everything's soaked. It looks like I just got out of a pool. Disgusting, sweaty, saline ridden pool. I smell like a horse's tongue right now. Bad. But I'm done. It's 8:05. I'm driving home. It's time for a shower and another bit of recovery. So this is really my last long run before just doing rim to rim. So the week before, I'll probably go and maybe do a hike or something shorter, but this will be the longest I go in a continuous motion before the actual day itself. Tuesday is another workout with Aravaipa track workouts. I think I'll still do that and basically do it like normal because it's a couple weeks out. But then the week of, I don't think I'll do the track workout, maybe at all. Maybe I'll just kind of jog around and show up. But I definitely think that it's important as part of your training and part of your recovery is before a big hard effort to just relax, let your body recover, let a little taper happen. You know, it's kind of amazing. Sometimes you hear about people who have something that prohibits them from training for a while. Maybe they're traveling or they have something happen in their life and it disrupts their routine and they end up being forced to rest for a week or two, and then they'll do some big effort and they end up doing better than they've ever done. And had they had the choice, they would have continued to work. So I think that rest period we can overlook and discount because it doesn't feel as like, oh, I'm gonna get the work done. I'm gonna put in the hard work. Nobody cares, work harder, rah. And it feels like you're not giving your best. But I think we need the recovery time. We need to relax, let our bodies do its thing and heal up. So that is the plan. I'm ready to stop sweating someday. I'll probably be sweating in the shower, literally, which is just a thing to behold. I am showering the shower itself. Anyway, until the next video, which will be coming out soon, I will go over more in depth the gear and the food and the water that I'll be bringing and using on this adventure. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, Abacus Fitness and Money. Thanks. Bye.